Hello, friends, and welcome. Greetings and salutations. My name's Elsewhere. I hope you're doing great wherever you are in space and time. I hope you're doing really well and having a great day, and I hope you're excited and ready to have some fun because we're going to play some Historic Brawl. We're going to play some Magic. All right, we're going to keep this. When I play Historic Brawl videos, I like to just jump right into it with a game. If you're new, that is what we like to do. If you're new, welcome. Thank you so much for visiting. If you're a returning viewer, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for visiting as well. We're going to keep this. But yes, I like to jump right into it with a Historic Brawl video. I like to jump right into it with a game, and then maybe we'll look at the deck a little bit later. But I think one of the fun things about Commander is when you just go up to the table and you see people playing and you're not entirely sure what all is in their deck. You just get to kind of have this fun, see what happens without even knowing exactly what's going on. So we are playing Liliana, Death's Majesty. We are going to be making 2/2 zombies, and we are going to be returning creatures from our graveyard to the battlefield, but notably, we are going to be -7ing. We are going to be destroying all non-zombie creatures. Our opponent hopefully going to be on some non-zombie creatures that are going to be good for us to destroy. We'll play our Mire Triton. We'll mill a couple of cards. We're going to go ahead and attack for 1. If they block, we could... Okay, now say if they block, we could have given it -1/-1, or we could have made a treasure to ramp up. We probably would have made a treasure to ramp up. Our opponent... Ooh, that was a good thing to draw. Well, let's again start with what we were on before. Let's go ahead and attack and see what happens. Let's go ahead and see if they want to block anything here. They are going to be on Tesa Karlov. So Orzhov fun stuff. What? Pass. Boom boom. And then yeah, we'll just pass the turn. We'll Foul Mauer Knight on our instep. So if a creature dying causes a triggered ability or permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. And then tokens have Vigilance and Lifelink. So we're probably going to be playing some tokens to get synergy out of that last line. They're going to be playing that, but they're also probably going to be playing lots of death triggers. Ooh, that's not good for us. That's not good for us at all. Well, let's go ahead and lose a life and draw a card. That's fine. Dark Ritual. Drew our Dark Ritual. Return a zombie card at random from your graveyard to your hand. We do have some zombie cards in our graveyard, don't we? We have 1. So that would, guaranteed to return that 1. What are we going to do here? What do we want to do? We would love to get rid of this, but unfortunately we don't have, because even if we make them sack the other thing, it just comes back. Ooh, that's not great for us. This card is not great for us. Well, I think we're going to Dark Ritual. We're going to cast Liliana. Go ahead and get Lily onto the battlefield. We'll start making zombies. Getting early Lily down might be a way for us to win this. What did we mill? We're still looking at what we mill. Ooh, that's a zombie. Oh, it's not a zombie, but it pumps up zombies. We could still return that. We've got 1 mana left, so I guess there's no reason to do it now. We'll go ahead and attack. This has Death Touch, right? Yeah, this has Death Touch, so we're going to attack with it. If they want to block, they'll trade. Theirs will notably come back. But now that theirs is back, when it dies next time, it dies for real. So that's nice. But wow, alright, they've done fun things. But yes, hello and welcome. If you're new to Historic Brawl is the commander of Magic Arena, is the EDH of Magic Arena. Only going to be pods of 1v1 instead of pods of 4. So that's going to make aggro decks better. That's going to make planeswalkers better, because less turns before you get to use your planeswalker abilities again. Alright, they're all attacking, keeping Liliana down. That's okay. What else are we going to do in Historic Brawl? 25 life total, so again, the aggro deck's going to be a little better. Oh, interesting. Oh, just exploiting itself. Oh, but then it comes back. Holy cow. Holy cow. When this comes back, does it get to exploit again? Wow, now they've got another flying creature. Alright. Well, we could... We could bring back Fleshbag Marauder, and then bring back... What are you going to do? Bring upkeep. If a creature dies this turn, you may pay 1. If you do, create a 1/1 black skeleton. Interesting. Well. We really need to draw a removal spell. I guess we now can play double Planeswalker. Is that where we're at? Play another Planeswalker. Make some reach flyers. Make a zombie token. Mill some more cards. Land in a Liliana. Do you have Death Touch? You do. You have Death Touch. You don't. But you... Alright, they all trade with the, flyer, so that's fine. Every single one of them, if they block, they trade. They go to 15. We've got Planeswalkers in play that they're wanting to deal with. They've got lots of cards, and they've got lots of lands, so we're going to see. But yeah, this is an interesting game. That's awesome. Interesting game right off the bat. We love it. We love it. That's what we want to do. Historic Brawl, it's where the fun is in Magic. We just want to have big, fun Historic Brawl times, and it looks like that's what we're going to be doing here. This is very interesting. Other Historic Brawl changes, no commander damage, still 100 card singleton, so that's just like Commander, and your cards in your deck must be the color identity of your commander, so that's just like Commander. The other biggest change is, as you can see from us playing Liliana Death's Majesty as our commander, in Historic Brawl you can play Planeswalkers as your commander. A change I kind of wish would come to regular Commander, but it's really cool here on Historic Brawl, so we get to do lots of fun things like that. Oh, they're going to sacrifice things. We're going to have to sacrifice something. What are we going to sack? Oh, they gave -1/-1 to a thing. I guess we could sack this and get a treasure. Or we could sack this and give their thing -1/-1. Is that what we want to do? Yeah, let's sack this and kill their Shambling Ghast so that they can't do this again. We'll do -1/-1. We'll take this one out. We get to put some more counters on our friend. So both of our Planeswalkers are at 3 loyalty. Notably, they have 2 things that are 3, so they could... Oh, and they also... Oh, they got another death trigger because we did that, so now we can't block. They could take out both of our Planeswalkers. We hit them to 5, take them to 13. They've got Bastion of Hope into play now. Creature control dies, each opponent loses a life, and you gain a life. Wow, their deck has done cool things. We really need to get a... we really need some... What do we need? I guess at this point we could, like, bring back the Fleshbag Marauder. Move to your command zone. Yeah, we'll definitely move that to command zone. Fortunately, we're a little ways from casting it. A little ways from casting both of those. We could bring back the Fleshbag Marauder and make them sacrifice one of these things. I'm not totally against that. You know, I guess we're gonna want to get the Obliterator into play, right? I guess Obliterator in play is kind of what we want to do. We'll attack for 1 death touch. They've gained so much life. They've recovered so much of their life with the Bastion. Bastion did a lot of work for them. Eat to extinction. Yep, gonna take out our big friend. That makes sense. Exiles it, so we can't return it from the graveyard. Yeah, now they're gonna start attacking with all these creatures in the air. We need to draw well. We need to draw something good. I'm not even sure what that's going to be. But we need to get rid... I guess we need to draw. We really need to draw some removal. We didn't. Drew. Land. Target a player. We'll exile their stuff. I guess we're going to call the Death Dwellers, right? We'll return Fleshbag Marauder. So at least they'll have to sacrifice something. I guess we're gonna sacrifice the 1/1 with Death Touch. They're sacrificing their blocker on the ground. That's good news, so that we can start swinging. They've got 6 in the air, so they do have a bit of a clock on us. The only other thing that we thought about, maybe... Ooh, Elish Norn. Oh my goodness. Alright, we can scoop to Elish Norn. Elish Norn gonna take us to 4. We'll draw... Land doesn't do it. Again, we can make them sacrifice a creature, but doesn't do it. Oh, we did not get there that game. That was a cool game. Hello and welcome. My name's Elsewhere. I'm here on YouTube every single day. I post a new video playing Magic every single day. We try to play big, fun, silly stuff on this channel. We try to all big, fun, silly stuff. We really want to have fun. We want me to have fun. We want you to have fun. We just want to see some big, fun, silly stuff happen. That's why we spend a lot of time in Historic Brawl. We're going to play again. Let's find more fun. We play a lot of Historic Brawl. Historic Brawl, really fun time, really great way to play the game. We really like Historic Brawl. As you can see there, it's like You know, we got to play our Planeswalkers. We had Dark Ritual. We had double Planeswalker at one point. Oh, we're playing the same commander, but a different player, I believe. Right? I don't believe our opponent's name was Colder last time. Interesting. We're going to keep this. But we love Historic Brawl. It's a really fun way to play Magic, and there was Elishnorn there. Like, that game ended with an Elishnorn, and with Mothra. Like, Elishnorn and Mothra, those are fun things to have had happen. And we got our Bajuka Bog again. That's interesting. We'd like to see our Dark Ritual again. That is what we would like to see. But I'm here every single day. If you enjoy this content, if you've enjoyed the game, please like, comment, and subscribe. All those things, like, commenting, and subscribing, very helpful. I'm a little baby YouTuber, about 3.5 weeks to a month into my YouTube journey, so every like, comment, and subscription helps me quite a bit. Oh my goodness, turn 2 Priest again. Our opponent last game had turn 2 Priest. Wow. Alright, well, hopefully they don't have turn 4 Mothra like our opponent last game did. What are we going to do here? What are we going to do? It's a turn 2 Priest. I'd really like it to go away, but I don't know if I want to use my... Ooh, they have Bastion as well. Wow. Don't you... So not... Oh, no, we could. We could use this to kill both of their creatures. Oh, no, we can't, because this is going to come into play tapped. Womp. I guess that actually makes me want to... I'm going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to draw a card and just lose life. I would like to draw a basic land. Alright, we did draw land. Do we want to play that land now, or do we want to play this one to make sure it comes into play tapped? Oh, we could play this and play Foulmire Knight. Maybe that's what we're thinking. Because they might have Graveyard Shenanigans. So yeah, let's just play this and play Foulmire Knight. Let's read how this works. Target player creates X 2/2 zombies, then up to one target creature gets -X -1 until turn for each zombie you control. Okay, so this does... Goodness, got another creature. No blocks there. That's fine. Oh, they could sack the 2 1/1s to make us get rid of our 1/1 Death Toucher? Is that what they're going to do? How does this work? Here's the battlefield. Oh, yep, that's sure what they're doing. Or another creature token you control dies. Or another non-token human you control dies. Make some 1/1s. Okay, there. Wow, look at them go! Look at them go! What are we going to do? Oh, that's going to come into play tapped, isn't it? Both of our lands are going to come into play tapped. That's such a bummer. That is such a bummer. This is the beginning of your upkeep. Well, our finale of Eternity is going to be very good at some point. Some point is just not right now. What do you do? Deals combat damage to a player, but they are going to be able to make us sacrifice whatever we play. So I think we're going to play Witch's Cottage. And are we just going to pass and we're going to Hero's Downfall? I guess if we're going to Hero's Downfall something, we should probably just go ahead and Hero's Downfall this so that they don't just get to sit here making tokens. The beginning of your ends if you have exactly 13 life. Whenever it enters the battlefield or another non-token human you control dies. Non-token human. I guess we're just going to hold up Hero's Downfall. We'll hold up Hero's Downfall, and then next turn we're hopefully going to wipe their board. Yeah, I guess we want to Hero's Downfall their commander should they play it. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. Wow. Interesting. Their deck went really, really fast. These turn 2 Priest into drawing extra cards and making extra mana. Both of these games so far has been really good. That's just... How wild is that? That we played against 2 100-card singleton decks, and they both had turn 2 Priest. Both games. That's it's a one of in their 100-card deck. So that is very, very unusual. Alright. Assume, yep, here comes the commander. So we are going to take out the commander. Hero's Downfall. I'd like that to not happen. I would like to not get double triggers off of your death stuff. We'll see what they're going to do. If they use Priest here, we might do something different. Alright, so yep, they are using Priest. Which, yeah, look at all this. I didn't realize, so they do get the double triggers off of... Oh my goodness, they get so many triggers. So I guess the plan isn't changed that much, right? We're going to finale where X is 3 and take out 3 of their creatures. X is 3. Take out their 2 real creatures and 1 of their tokens. I'm at 6 life. Wow. I'm almost dead. I did not realize I was so low. And now they're going to get all these triggers. Oh my goodness. Jukabog. Exile their graveyard. We're at 3 life. That is not much life. I guess next turn we're going to be casting the 1, 2, 3. Kaya's Wrath. Oh, that kills us. Kills us with the Bastion. Wow. Turn 2 Priest into turn 3 Bastion. It just destroyed us. And I believe they had Bastion not turn 3 last game, but we also lost to the Bastion triggers last game. That's just so crazy. Without any search effects, without any without any search effects, without anything that was finding the Priest for turn 2 or the Bastion for early turns, and both opponents playing that same deck, both had it happen to us. That was wild. All right, well, that was very unfortunate for the home team, but let's keep going. Let's see if we can not run into turn 2 Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But luckily that's kind of I wonder how this is going to go. We're going to see Niv Reborn. I feel like this is one of the most powerful commanders in Historic Brawl. We don't see it as much as I would think. All right, this is a great hand. We get to turn 1 Shambling Ghast. So turn 1 Shambling Ghast. They are on Niv Mizzet Perun, so 3 blue, 3 red. Can't be countered, flying 5/5 whenever they draw a card. All right, so what are we going to play here? We're going to play the Cold Steel Heart, right? Yeah, we'll play Cold Steel Heart on black. Cold Steel Heart on black. We'll attack for 1. They've played land. Whenever they draw a card, deals 1 damage to any target. And whenever a player, any player, so us as well, casts an instant sorcery spell, they're going to draw a card. And then they deal 1 damage to a thing. So lots of synergy there. We're going to go ahead and play our other land. We're going to go ahead and attack for 1. We have 4 mana. We could get this treasure. Are they going to... Okay, it felt like for a second there they were thinking about killing our thing. I think we're going to kill it, right? Yeah, we're going to cast Stinger. I would like to exploit sacrificing Shambling Ghast. Yep. Sacrifice creature. Sacrifice Shambling Ghast. Target player. That'll be me. I'll lose 2 life and draw a card. I will make a treasure. Yeah, I think we're just going to go ahead and use that treasure to cast this Guardian. We'll see if they have Spell Pierce or Jawari Disruption, something of that nature. Alright, nope, just letting it resolve. So we've got lots of mana. We have successfully mana ramped. As you can see, we've got 5 things. We've got 5 mana in play and a 3/2. We're getting lower on our hand, but they're going to be casting lots of things. This Shieldred is actually going to be very interesting. If they cast Niv Mizzet into an empty board, so we're just going to go ahead and attack for 3. That's how we're going to start. Go, Scorpion. Get over here. That's from Mortal Kombat because it's a scorpion. I abuse myself. Alright, we're going to play Swamp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could cast this and still have 5 mana. We're going to do that. We might get Jawari Disruption here. Might get Jawari Disruption, which is actually fine, because we still have enough mana to cast it the next turn. Mystical Dispute. So, yep, we wouldn't have been able to pay that anyway. So, yep, take the action, put that back into our command zone. You know, getting some counter spells out of them, not bad. And if they want to keep counter spells up, they have to, you know, keep their mana up. That's a really good card for them. Ooh, Liliana, Untouched by Death. More Planeswalkers. That's good news. I don't think we have enough creatures in our graveyard to play Shieldred, and I actually would really like to play Shieldred, because it's at the beginning of each of their upkeeps. I would like to see if they cast their Planeswalker into an empty board state. So if we get to cast that, all right, we got 1 mana, so we do have Jawari Disruption Protection. Ooh, it resolved. Resolved. Yeah, let's start making 2/2s. And if we get Liliana up high enough, we'll get to do the Destroy All Non-Zombies. Fell Stinger, notably a zombie. Look at that art. That's so sad. That art is so sad. I hate it. Oh, they're taking out our Fell Stinger. That was probably more to draw a card. We've milled some friends. Oh, ooh, what's this? They probably aren't going to be playing a lot of creatures. That's probably not going to be great. We might just bring back Fellstinger, though, right? Draw more cards? Change of Fortune. Discard your hand, then draw that many cards. So they drew a lot of cards there. We are going to play this. They're basically tapped out. Ooh, I just want to tick this up a little bit more. Ooh, did we get fun stuff? Looks like we got fun stuff. Tap 3 zombies. We've got all sorts of stuff. I think we actually are going to cast Shieldred here and see. It obviously puts them in a bit of a damper. They have to answer this Shieldred, which they might be able to do, but now they need to spend a turn answering this Shieldred, and while we just keep making zombies, we keep upticking all of our stuff. Shieldred didn't get countered. They're still quite a ways. They're still 2 turns at least away from casting Niv. Chemister's Insight gaining more life, but we're going to hit them for 10 next turn. We're, yeah, that's not a lot of life, and they've only got 2 mana up, so we might Lily in minus and bring back a lot of stuff. That's kind of my thought. Oh, we get to go ahead and bring something back. We'll go ahead and bring back the 4/4. Ooh, Dark Ritual. Well, let's go ahead and keep making zombies. We should probably be playing that Bastion. That, I'm going to play Liliana Untouched by Death. Oh, memory lapsed. Yep. Nothing we can do about memory lapse, so that's just going to happen. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and turn this into a creature. And we're going to get them. Yeah, there we got them. We won. We beat Niv. We were taking them to 3 here, and they were going to have a really hard time dealing with that. We had a lot of reanimation effects. All right, we did it. We zombie tribaled. All right. That was awesome. That was sweet. That was a good game on our front. They did have a removal spell. They had draw cards. They had 2 counter spells. Yep. So 2 counter spells, draw cards, removal spells. So they definitely did things. You know, they did things, but unfortunately they didn't get a board wipe. And even had they gotten board wipe, I'm not convinced it was over. Shieldred, we notably have reanimation to bring back Shieldred. And then they just have to keep sacrificing Niv Mizzet unless they have another creature. And they're probably not playing a ton of creatures. Ooh, okay. We're going to play against Zakama. Zakama, chameleon. Don't know why. Don't know why I did that or said that, but hey, that's what we said. That's what we did. Sometimes I sing little songs. It happens. We're going to free mulligan this. We'd really like some better ramp. Ooh, this is worse. This is worse. We're going to free mulligan again. This is better. We're going to keep this. We're going to... I guess we're going to keep those because we would really like to have that happen. I guess I'm going to put back a land, and we're going to hope that we draw land. That's... Maybe we just go ahead and play this. No, I don't think the life is that important. So we have turn 2 Black Cat, and then turn 3 make them discard 2 cards. That's potentially good. Alright, so turn 2 Black Cat. Make them discard a card at random. It would be great if we hit them where it hurts with that. See what they're thinking. Yep, Cold Steel Heart. They're just ramping a little bit. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and attack for 1. We're going to do the thing we said. We'll play this. We'll exploit Black Cat. So they've got to discard 2 cards. That's pretty good. See if that's good enough. One of them's at random. One of them they get to choose. It did stack them in the correct order to where first they exiled and they discard Seal Away. Probably not. Ooh, exiled Mazemind Tomb. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play this as a land. If we draw, like... If we draw land, you know, this is a bad play. But if we draw land, we're probably not winning this game. So, I think that's okay. This finds 2 land, puts them on the play tap. So they're getting... Well, there's that land we just talked about how we didn't want to draw. Attack for 2. I guess that's good news because that means we get to cast Ebon Death this turn at instant speed, and then we'll cast Lily next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no. Alright, well, I guess we're not casting Lily next turn. Ooh, that's big and scary. That's probably the end of the game, right? Because this also, like, makes their things cost 1 less to cast. Oh, my goodness. Land... Afflict 3. Player, remove all. This thing doesn't have Death Touch, so Dakama is going to just destroy that. guess we're playing this to mass. We're spreading out our board a little bit. We're attacking for 7. Unfortunately, they have gotten there. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, they get to cast Zakama this turn, and we lose the game to Zakama. They cast this thing. They're not casting Zakama, which is weird to me. Zakama feels like Zakama would have won this game. And this is giving zombie tokens I have Death Touch. So notably just this zombie's Death Touch, but it looks like they have maybe a removal spell. They were kind of reading our cards. That Immortal Sun really shutting us down. I'm not sure if the game's any different without the Immortal Sun, but man, oh man, it is certainly rough with the Immortal Sun. We get to attack a little bit, but again, like we said, they get to untap all their lands when they play Zakama, so they get to draw lots of cards, or they get to deal damage in increments of 3 damage to us. They get to gain 3 life if that is what they want to do, so they get to do all sorts of things. Oh, that's an interesting spell. That's interesting. What does this thing do? I mean, I guess we're taking this one out. So X is going to equal 2. So we'll do this. X equals 2. Target player. I will be target player. And target up to 1 creature. We'll hit that one. Auto pay. So it's another go wide card. Another go wide strategy. They do have the mana to go find a basic here. And then we're going to attack. I wonder if we should have hit Solemn because they were going to go find a basic. But then they would have drawn a card. I didn't really want them drawing a card. We're just going to attack with everything because we're going to try to get their life total low enough. I'm not sure we can win this game, but particularly as they're, like I said, when they play Zakama, they get to untap all of their lands, and then they just get to gain. They can just gain 3 life multiple times. Or is it gain 3 life, or is it gain 5 life? It's gain 3 life. So, yep, here comes Zakama. Big, cool animation. Here comes Dryad. So now they get to do things. So they're going to take out that. Pass the turn. And unfortunately, like we said, they're gaining a whole bunch of life now. We didn't quite get there. Unfortunately. Womp womp. Zakama got us. Yeah, when you're playing against Zakama, the name of the game is really to... You don't even want to have removal necessarily for Zakama, because they still get to untap all their lands. You want to be able... You want to prevent them... You want to kill them before... You want to win the game before Zakama comes into play. And we did get them to 8, so we did have a pretty fast start for our deck. Our deck's not the most aggro-y of decks, but not quite fast enough. I think what really hit us there was that Immortal Sun. I think the Immortal Sun making us not be able to use our Planeswalker, because that was our plan. The turn before they cast Immortal Sun, we were like, alright, great, we're going to cast Liliana, Death's Majesty. We were going to go Zombie Tribal. Alright, we're playing against Sultai Muldrotha. Ooh, Dark Ritual. We have Dark Ritual. We're keeping because we have Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual can do lots of things. That's interesting. But they're on... Ooh, they have a companion, too. They have Gigan, the Cyber Terror, which is Gyruda. Gyruda as a companion. So, companion means they only have cards with even mana values. I think we're just going to play land here. You know... I think we're going to play this out as a 1/1 Death Toucher. This is another one where I think name of the game is going as quickly as we can. So we're going to have turn 3 Lily with the Dark Ritual. That was a really good draw. We really wanted to draw a 2-drop. That was a very strong 2-drop. So we'll play that. We'll attack. This is going to start making Decayed tokens for us. And the Decayed tokens, notably, we can sack them to Felstinger if we want. We're definitely going to want to do something like that. Alright, so again, they've got no spell to cast this turn, which means that our Dark Ritual is going to work. We'll cast Dark Ritual, and we'll cast our Planeswalker Commander. We did it! Turn 3 Liliana. Go Liliana. Go Liliana. We will make a zombie. We're making as many zombies as we can. We're all attacking. Our Decayed Zombie will die, but that's fine because our friend will just make another one. Ooh, Midnight Reaper in our graveyard. But we would like to have that back on the battlefield to draw cards from all these death triggers we're going to be getting. So yeah, we are going to probably minus and bring back the... oh, they're just putting their companion into their hand. And they've already played their land for a turn. Now they have to discard a card. Oh, they discarded Ulamog. Holy cow. We will return Midnight Reaper. I would like that to be on the battlefield, please. We'll play a land. We're going to play Rankle. And we're just going to turn our team sideways. Yep, we got there. We got there. All right. Well, that was an aggressive start. That was an aggressive start. So we saw how our deck can do it. We saw how our deck can do it. Wow. Aggressive zombie tribal. And I love that we're doing zombie tribal without a zombie lord as our commander. I was really happy when I was kind of like, oh wow, can we build zombie tribal with Liliana untouched, or not even untouched by death? We have untouched by death in the deck. But Liliana Death's Majesty. I really like that card when it was in standard. I think it's a really well-designed planeswalker. I think it's really cool. The ultimate only really is good in certain matchups and in certain decks. That's probably a more fair ultimate, because when it is good, it's, you know, game-winning. And it also kind of forces you to make a deck around it. Ooh, Kroxa. The game ultimates that were just like, you know, you win the game immediately were probably too good. But the game ultimates like this, it's an interesting hand. We're going to keep it. The game ultimates like this that make you build your deck as a zombie deck. It's like this Liliana, it's okay in other decks because, you know, it's going to make tokens, it's going to self-mill you, but it's only really good. And obviously the -3, just reanimate a creature for -3 is great. That's an incredibly strong effect. Traveler's Anthem. Switch your library for a basic land card. Okie dokie. So we'll play land. We'll play Cold Steel Heart. Get our ramp going. Play Cold Steel Heart on black. We'll attack for 1. This is notably a bit of a shambling ghast. It puts a -1/-1 counter on a creature. So that's nice that it's not just -1/-1 for turn. There's another little like shambling goblin, like a zombie goblin, but it's only -1/-1 till end of turn. Alright, they found land. Boy, we really need to draw another land next turn, don't we? Well, we're going to go ahead and play this zombie. And we're going to really, really hope we draw land. If we draw land, we get to play Liliana. If we don't draw land, we're in trouble. We'll see if they're going to cast their Kroxa, or if they're going to keep doing other things. Is their goal to get Kroxa into their graveyard? Or do they just want to... Ooh, a Braid. Alright, now it no longer matters if we draw land. They've abraded us. Did draw land, but it was tapped. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and attack for 3. Hopefully we draw another land. Hopefully we draw running land. If we draw another land, we'll play... the other thing, if they play a creature we really don't want in our way, we can Baleful Mastery it. I can't imagine what we're doing. Okay, Chromatic Lantern. They're back to 2 mana. They're kind of... they've had a slow start here, but that... I guess we're just going to discard the Baleful Mastery, right? You don't exile, do you? It does exile. That's interesting. But if they exile, it just goes back to their graveyard. We're not too worried about that. So yeah, we'll get rid of the Baleful Mastery. I don't want them to be drawing more cards. We're hoping that Gary's going to be good. Come on, land. We really want to draw another land. Oh, didn't. We didn't draw land. That's definitely... that's a little brutal. That's a little bit of a beating. Do we have any good creatures in our graveyard? We don't have any creatures in our graveyard yet. I mean, we've got a bit of an aggro plan here, but they've got 6 mana. So they could be casting just about anything. Oh, we discard our hand, and they make a 2/2 zombie. Ooh, that was powerful. That was brutal. Oh, then we 2/2 zombie with Decay. All right, we drew the land. That's good news. So we drew land, and now we get to play Lily. We'll start making zombies. Decayed zombies can't block. Our zombie can. So yeah, we're just going to attack with everything we've got. Even if they do attack the Decayed zombie into Lily, that's fine. Do we exile? Oh no! I guess we wanted... maybe we even want a -3 to bring back Gary, right? Alright, they're doing some stuff. They've got Terror at the Peaks. Terror at the Peaks, a scary card. Yep, they're going to attack for 2. It's Decayed, so that's going to go away. That's fine. If we draw a removal spell, we'll take out Terror of the Peaks. Alright, we drew a removal spell. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. I would like to destroy this. Are they just dead? Because we're going to attack with all of these. 1, 2, 3. I think we are just going to bring back Gary. No, let's just go ahead and make another zombie. Let's just go ahead and make another zombie. They've got to answer our board, which they could have. They could have, like, burn down the house or thing of that nature. That's not going to do it. That is not good enough. Because now this turn we can play the Murderous Rider and play Gary, which will hurt them for quite a bit. I don't think that's good enough either, because then I think we get to attack and... Yep. So we'll play Murderous Rider. We'll bring back Gary. -3. Yay! Gray Merchant, noticeably named Gary. Yep, takes him -1. We got him. We got him. We got a Lily Gary win. That's sweet. That's fun. So as we can see, the deck does powerful things. Deck doing powerful things. If you're interested in this deck, if you're thinking, wow, that deck looks really cool, this deck looks fun, in the description of this video, there is going to be a link to my MTG Goldfish page. So that link will show you this entire deck. It will show you the entire 100 in a nice, easy-to-see format, and it'll have an import button, so you can import this to Magic Arena yourself and give it a try. The coolest thing about that is you import it, and you don't have to type in 100 names yourself. You don't have to type in 100 words to build this deck. Oh, it's a little frog friend. It's a little frog friend. I don't know who that is. We have Dark Ritual in our opening hand. So yeah, we're going to keep this. The biggest question here is, do we Dark Ritual to get early Lily, or do we Dark Ritual to have turn 1 Midnight Reaper? I think we Dark Ritual to get early Lily. They're on some sort of frog. Grolnok the Omnivore. Whenever, 3/3 for 4, whenever a frog you control attacks, we'll go ahead and play our tapped land. Whenever a frog you control attacks, mill 3 cards. Whenever a permanent card is put into your graveyard from your library, exile it with a croak counter on it. Ha! And then we'll just play the Cold Steel Heart. How many frogs are there? Is there enough frogs to do this? If there's enough frogs to do this, we want to play this. Never frog controls. Never turns into a graveyard under your control. So that's under their control. Huh. This is a bummer. It feels like they're going to have counter spells, right? Feels like they're going to have counter spells. So unfortunately, it feels like our plan with Dark Ritual is going to be too slow. So we're actually just going to... We'll keep the Dark Ritual. Maybe later it's going to be a big old thing. So is that some sort of counter spell? We'll definitely resolve that. Can't do anything about that. Oh, they're milling us. Are they a mill deck? Look at the top 3 cards. Alright, that's not a... I thought that was going to be a... It's not. They're putting a lot of cards in their graveyard. Maybe they're looking for lands? Oh, that has flashback, right? Is that what's happened? So we're milling again. I mean, we don't hate being milled. We've got some synergies with being milled. Obviously, Liliana, Death Majesty, our commander is a reanimation spell. So if they mill any of our real big creatures... You know, I think we're going to go ahead and just use the Dark Ritual now that they're tapped and play our other creature in hand. We would like to go as fast as possible. I did not... They might be wondering, like, why didn't they just cast that? But we didn't want to, just get our stuff countered to counter spells. And they weren't playing much, so I thought they might be on counter spell team. Here's their frog. Here's Frog. We're probably going to Vraska's Contempt Frog, right? Feels like this must be what their deck's all about. So... yeah, let's just go ahead. I mean, they're tapped out, so this is a turn where we could play our... Ooh. We got a fun of. Give our zombies Death Touch. It's only when an opponent casts a spell, right? Yeah, I think we're still on... just getting rid of this frog, particularly while they're tapped out. Let's go ahead and get rid of the frog. We'll attack. They're not playing black, white, or red, so they're not going to have, like, big board wipes. If they have board wipes, it's going to be, like, there's a blue spell that bounces all, like, non-Kraken creatures to your owner's hands. So, and there's only going to be, like, 1 or 2 bounce spells. There's not going to be a ton. I guess the most interesting thing there is what it did seem that they were thinking about not putting that back into their hand. It seemed like they were thinking about putting it into their graveyard. Desert the Bonafide. Rin and 7. Rin and 7. Alright, gonna make a big old token. Big old token is good for them. Alright, now we're on Lily. And I think we are going to minus Lily and bring back the Lord. I would like to have Death Baron, please. I would like my zombies to have Death Touch. I guess we're going to play... I think we're cycling this desert at some point, so I think we're going to play this out. Do we swing with the team? This could block if we wanted it to. I think we're swinging with the team there, and I think we're swinging at Rin here. So we're giving them a couple of options. We're giving them a couple of choices. Alright, they want that to go. Oh, they want both of our tokens to go away. That's interesting. They want to keep their Rin. And we're going to get to draw a card. So that worked out in our favor. I think that was fine. That was a fine trade. We've got the better board state, I think. We've got equal cards in hand. They're going to find a land. They're going to mill a whole bunch of stuff. Their deck, they have milled, and they have powerful stuff. Their graveyard is very, very good. Well, that's another cycler, isn't it? We're going to go ahead and +1 here, because there's nothing different that we can do about that. The biggest question here is, do we attack with both of them at Rin? I think we're attacking with both of our creatures at Rin, because we want to make sure Rin goes away. Or we want to make sure Rin doesn't make another token. So, we could have just attacked with the 4/3, but in case they have a bounce spell or some sort of flash threat. Alright, so, yep, they are... This is happening. This big old 4/3, and unfortunately, it does get to block. We'll see what it blocks, I guess. If it gets to bounce a thing too, doesn't it? Yeah, this was a powerful effect for them. This was a powerful spell. What are we going to do here? So, obviously, with this spell, an attack, just not attacking with Death Baron would have been for the best. But I think we had to attack with Death Baron. I don't think there's a world where I don't turn Death Baron sideways there. But yep, they're thinking about it. We've got options. We've got things for them to bounce, things for them to choose. If they bounce Death Baron, we do just get to recast it. And if they're blocking Midnight Reaper, it is going to kill the Dream Eater. So that's good news for us. But... So they could also bounce our Liliana. That's certainly another thing. But if they bounce Liliana, it just goes back to our hand, so we do just get to recast it next turn. Or even this turn. We get to recast it this turn. And if we recast it this turn, do we have anything cool in our graveyard that we get to reanimate immediately? They've got to be playing some sort of graveyard, like, shenanigans. Alright, they're going to return the Midnight Reaper. You know... I guess before blocks are declared, let's draw at least one card. Maybe we draw a removal spell. One, two, three. That's so close. If we're one untapped land away from being able to cast that, so I'm actually going to draw another card. In case we draw a Murderous Rider or something. We didn't draw Murderous Rider. Murderous Rider, Hero's Downfall. We definitely had draws there that could have killed this... Death Eater before blocks, and that would have been very strong. But unfortunately, we're not even going to get to draw a card off of this trigger. Yes, this is a very big bummer. This went very well for them, and not particularly great for us. We've got lots of things in our graveyard. Fellstinger is interesting in our graveyard. It's another, like, draw lots of cards effect. So that went back to our hand. We didn't draw a land off of our 2 cycles, which is a little bit of a bummer. They're going to think about it. This should be a pretty easy block for them, right? I don't think I'm not going to hover over it right now, just in case they haven't hovered over it. But I don't believe Death Baron has Death Touch. I believe it gives all other things Death Touch. It would be great if we could hit this Rin for 2 to keep it from making giant tokens. We would definitely prefer them to not have giant tokens. I mean, we've got 3 mana up, so that does kind of, I could see the argument that, maybe we're going to do a thing. Yeah, this does not have Death Touch, so that's definitely a bummer. We have 3 mana. What do we want to do with 3 mana? I guess we're just playing Midnight Reaper again, right? Yeah. Is it Midnight Reaper? Yeah, it's going to be Midnight Reaper. Midnight Reaper, probably our most powerful of our 3 effects here. We just don't have that many things. Next turn, we could play Massacre Worm. Or if we draw land, we can play Liliana again. I think it's a Massacre Worm turn. I guess we're going to see. They might be... Their board state, I believe we went into the last turn with me talking about how it's like, yeah, we've got the better board state here. And now, unfortunately, they have the better board state. They have rebounded, they have recovered, and now they are the team with the better board state. Or at least it feels like that to me. I guess if their hand is like triple land, and it's not great, and they have milled just a ton of value, but we'll see. They could just cast their commander again. If they cast their commander again, this time we don't have the removal spell. This Dream Trawler was definitely a big problem for us. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to best this Dream Trawler. And we're not sure what exactly they want to do. Do they want to keep drawing lands and milling themselves? Do they want to, oh, they didn't. We could... Alright, I think... We're going to play Massacre Worm. If they counter Massacre Worm, we can -3 Liliana to bring back Massacre Worm. If they don't counter Massacre Worm, now we get some free attacks on their Wrenn. Now we get to, hopefully, I say free, but we've seen their deck appears to have a lot of flash in it. Their deck appears to have a lot of creatures with flash. I know we saw Brazen Borrower in their graveyard as well. The Siren Stormtamer, do you have flash? No. Outer Gargaroth, Jace, Time Warp. Lots of powerful stuff. What are we going to do? We're going to hope that this Massacre Worm resolves, and then our attacks are free-ish, a little freer. We'll try to take out their... Alright, Massacre Worm resolving. Pass turn. Yeah, we're going to send them both at Wrenn for the same thing as last time, in case they have something. Oh, they don't have something this time. So I guess we're just going to +1 Lily. Oh, our opponent has seen enough. They have seen enough. Alright, well, 4-3. 4-3. Alright, so the deck currently has a winning record, and it's been fun to play. It's been a fun deck. I know we've got lots of other... I think if you're building monocolor decks in Historic Brawl, I think black is the place to be for monocolor decks, a lot because of Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual is so powerful. Dark Ritual, one of the most powerful spells in Historic Brawl, so it's a really fun thing to be doing. So I think mono black's a good place to be. Plus, a lot of these Lilianas are just really good Brawl commanders. Liliana Untouched by Death here, we're having fun doing zombies. Liliana Dreadhorde General, one of the more powerful Historic Brawl commanders. Sorin for mono black vampires, like he's incredibly powerful. You can have turn 1 Dark Ritual into turn 1 Sorin, into turn 1 -Sorin play Haunt of Hightower, like a 6-mana vampire. That's maybe the most powerful turn 1 in Historic Brawl. Alright, so this... No, this isn't good enough. Not good enough, is it? This is much better. We'll keep this. Move Gary over here so that we have an easier time playing our lands. We don't have a 1-drop, so I think we're just going to go ahead and play this Witch's Cottage. I guess Witch's Cottage is going to come into play untapped, so never mind. We'll go ahead and play a land. We'll go ahead and play land. Turn 2, probably do Cold Steel Heart, right? They're playing Atali. Atali as their commander is very powerful. Not something that I'm super excited to see. I'm going to play the Cold Steel Heart. It's very possible that they have like a Braid or some red spell that says Destroy an Artifact. Alright, Reckless Stormseeker. That's okay. We're not, too angry about that. We've got 4 mana, so I think we're going to play our 2... We're going to have our zombie friend here. We'll play Black Cat. So we've got a couple of blockers. We milled our Dark Ritual! Oh no! Dark Ritual is our friend. If they attack with Stormseeker, we will definitely be blocking with Mire Triton. Stormseeker gives creatures haste. We really need Stormseeker to be gone before Atali hits the battlefield. Alright, that's interesting. They can give that haste, and then they could just attack with it. And yeah, we don't really want to block that. That's unfortunate. That's not where we want to be. Yeah, no blocks. They're still 2 turns away from Stormseeker. We drew land. That's very good news, because now we can play Lily. Lily will make a zombie. See if we can mill something to answer this Stormseeker. Nope, didn't mill any creatures. No attacks, because we are going to be on blocking mode now, because one of our ways to get rid of Stormseeker is going to be -7 Lily, which is not ideal, but if that's what we got to do, that's what we got to do. If they attack with Ferocidon, we're probably blocking with everything. Chandra. We have another Chandra. This Chandra notably doesn't make mana. They haven't played a land yet. Exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. Play is different than cast, so notably this one lets them play lands from the top of their library. Pumping up that friend. Doesn't look like they're playing land. Oh, they didn't play land. They didn't attack. We don't have a creature in our deck or in our graveyard. Well, I'm gonna +1. See what we mill. Make a zombie. Ooh, did we mill Shieldred? Oh no, we build Burning Tree. But that's also very powerful. That's also very good. Well, let's play Liliana's Reaver. I'm not sure. If we want to play this Berserker, now I guess I'm not sure what our plan is. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing here. I guess we're going to play Witch's Cottage. Decline. We're okay with him being in our graveyard. You're not an instant, are you? No, you're a sorcery. Guess no attacks. We're gonna make sure we can block. Next turn, we will. We're gonna destroy all zombies, right? So they found land. They did find land here, so they're at land 5. They're still away from Atali. I guess, unfortunately, do we want to take out the Stormseeker? Hellkite. That thing's gonna have haste. Or no, it's not. They decided to put a counter on it. Oh, and then it gets haste from. Oh my goodness. Well, that's rough. That is very rough. All right, we're no longer. That was a good draw. It was a very good draw. We're going to play that, and we're going to kill this thing. -3. Get rid of the flyer. Alt at +1, mill some zombies. Got your Dar. What do you do? Deals combat damage to a player. The player discards a card, and you create a tapped 2/2 zombie. We're going to go ahead and attack them. We would like to make them discard a card. If they block, that's fine, too. We've seen that their board state has them dealing some damage to us. We get a tapped 2/2 zombie. And they have to discard a card. So those are good effects. Those are good effects. Atali notably does not have trample. So we do get to block with our Death Toucher and just kill it. What is this? Furious Rage. Alright, yep, that's another like Atali style trigger. Alright, they're looking at it. They can cast Atali and give it haste with Stormseeker. That will be a bummer. That's not what we want to see. We've got lots of blocks though, and we are making a lot of friends every turn now. I believe this next turn is going to be a Gary turn. What zombies do we have? We could get back Gadar. Gadar's really the only thing we could get back. Alright, they chose to play that. I wonder if they have another haste creature. Because this lets them exile top 7 cards and play them turn, but they still have to cast them. They still have to, like, cast them with mana. They'll get to deal 7 damage to a Planeswalker when the counters come off of this, right? So that is a powerful effect. So is this at the end of their turn? Interesting. We got Castle Lockthorn, so we're going to go ahead and play it. Lily can't do anything else but plus, so we're going to go ahead and plus Lily. Get another zombie. We'll mill some pointless cards. We'll take 1 damage. Ugin can also do nothing else but plus, so we'll go ahead and plus Ugin. Ugin's got a good card under him. We'll take a damage. I think we're going to play Gary. We'll play Gary. We're going to drain them for a whole bunch. Oh, we can't gain life. Well, they lose life, though, so they do go to 12. And then I think we're going to attack with everything that can. We've still got several blockers. But yeah, we're doing a big attack here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is this an attack for 11? I believe we're going to hit them for 11 if they do. Oh no, they're blocking differently than I thought, so they'll go to 3. We could play Cemetery Reaper. We could return... I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to play this. We'll return Reaver to our hand, and we get to draw a card. We drew land. We must have already played land for the turn. That's fine. Alright. We're at 12. Can they 12 us? They're -7ing, so they do get to deal 7 to us. We go to 5. There's lots of draws. It looks like they drew a Burn Down the House, which completely clears the board. It hits all of our Planeswalkers, hits all of their stuff. They would only get to do 1 more spell, but that is a very powerful effect, and probably something I would be interested in. They would get to play 1 more spell. We would get to draw some cards. But, yeah, not particularly great. Not particularly great. I guess we get to bring back Gary. Do we? Do we have enough mana to bring back Gary? 1, 2, 3. We do. We do. If they board wipe... Oh, Crackle with Power. Oh, they drew a... Alright, they drew something. That was a cool game. That was a great game. 4-4. Yeah, that game was awesome. We had a lot of really cool effects. We had a lot of really cool back and forth. We might have been able to win on the next turn. So that was a really cool game. That was really close. We could definitely look back on it and maybe think if there was some way I could have removed the Ferocidon. Not gaining life with Gary was brutal for us there. I did forget we were going to not gain life. I thought we were going to gain some life with Gary, have a fun time, but we did not. We did not gain life with Gary. We did not pass go. We did not collect $200. All right, we're going to play against Niv Mizzet Reborn again. We've already played against Niv Mizzet Reborn once, and we won. We won when we played against it earlier. We're going to keep this. This is a aggressive start. So we're going to play Desert first, since we don't have a 1-drop, and we don't have enough lands to say like that we aren't going to need it. We'll hover over Niv for a minute to remind us of what Niv's going to do. So it's going to draw them cards, deal 1 damage, and whenever any player casts instants or sorceries, they're going to draw cards. So now we get to play this. We'll play Jadar. Jadar going to be our most aggressive play. And the Keeper, this is going to make a goat when it dies. Just kind of, again, keeps us on creatures. So they're ramping. That's better than they did last time. Play this again. Going to be... We're hoping they don't go wide. We're hoping that they don't have an answer to us going wide. We need them to not have Sweltering Suns, Anger of the Gods. We need them to not have those type of effects, which is certainly possible that they do. If they have that type of effect, this game is fairly over. All right, but they're going to have a real early Niv. Oh, but we're going to be able to make them sacrifice it. That's good news. That's very good news. We'll play our Piper. Oh, they're getting a pause, so they might have some sort of draw card spell or something. We would have loved to have been able to cast our friend this turn, but we didn't. We're just going to attack, see if we can't get some more early damage in. If they have a burn spell. What if they have some sort of removal spell? Alright, we've taken them to 17. I guess we really want them to cast Niv. We want them to play a land and cast Niv Reborn next turn. If they cast Niv Reborn, we get to play Eldest Reborn. Or it's not Niv Reborn, it's Niv Mizzet Perun. If they play Perun next turn, we get to play Eldest Reborn and make them sacrifice it. They're playing targeted removal. They played a Braid there. Having target removal implies that they do not currently have Sweltering Suns or Anger of the Gods in their hand, or a Bring Down the House, or anything that's going to wipe our board. That's very good news for us. We want to go wide. We are going to play this Eldritch Reborn. Please, land Niv. Land Niv. Do it. You've got to play that land in Niv. Do. Whip it. Whip that Niv. Oh, they didn't play Niv. Brutal. Brutal. But we're going to attack here. We're going to keep Rankle, because Rankle is another way to potentially kill the Niv. I guess they would just block it. Alright, and we're going to play Liliana. The biggest bummer here of them not playing Niv is they probably have Counterspell. Yep, so they've got a Counterspell, so we don't get to play Liliana. We'll take the action, put it back in our command zone. They also now potentially have Spell Pierce up for their Niv. And if they have Spell Pierce up for Niv, that is going to be very bad for us. That will successfully counter things. Alright, and now they're going to have not only Spell Pierce up, but now they can have 2 mana Counterspell. They can have 2 mana counter. Even Jawari Disruption will get around our Eldest Reborn. They're still just not playing. So yeah, now we're going to play Rankle. Now we're going to play out Rankle. We've got 2 mana up for some sort of counter spells. They're showing great patience with casting this Niv. Valia's Intervention. Gonna get countered. Nothing we can do about that. I guess we're hoping to draw another land so that we can play Liliana Death's Majesty. I'm not sure how good Liliana Death's Majesty is going to be here right now, so they could play land and then have 2 mana up against our stuff. But they're just playing Niv, so right now they only have 1 mana up. We're going to see if Eldest Reborn does it. Do they have Spell Pierce? They don't have Spell Pierce. Them not having Spell Pierce is huge. Now Niv's going to cost a lot more to cast. That they put Niv into their graveyard. So that implies that they have something to deal with Eldest Reborn. Or that implies that they have some way to reanimate it. What way in blue or red is reanimating? Oh, okay. That's fair enough. I ask what way in blue and red is reanimating, and they show me my own card. Well, I think we have to play this and get this blocker out of the way, right? So we're going to play this. We'll kick it. I need this blocker to not be here so our creatures can attack. Unfortunately, we don't have enough land to play anything else, but we need to attack. Get them as low as life as possible. We'll discard this boy. Do we have... No. Our land is currently Castle Lockthwain. We're going to get another turn. They're probably really bummed that they have to destroy this pointless creature, but they do have to destroy this pointless creature. Land Rankle? Right? Rankle's in our graveyard? Rankle is in our graveyard. So if this resolves, we might win. It's not going to resolve. They've got Counterspell. Wow. They've had a lot of counters. That was very unfortunate. That Counterspell was very unfortunate. So we'll attack for 1. Get them to 3. Gary doesn't do it currently. They get to put their Niv back into play for free. That was very powerful. That was stealing our Eldest Reborn was very, very good. Obviously, it did set them back a couple turns, so we take them to 3. So game's not entirely over. This is gonna draw them cards, deal damage. They're gonna take out the 1/1. Get us as low as we can. What can we draw? Rankle doesn't do it. Oh my gosh, they have Memory Lapse. I think the game has ended because they drew Memory Lapse. We drew a pointless land. We'll try to cast our 3/2 creature. They'll Memory Lapse it. Yeah, unfortunately, it does feel like the game has ended. I guess it's not entirely ended. There are some weird cases. If they just don't have anything, if they just have... because we are going to get to draw cards. So we'll draw this card this turn. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then if we draw land, we can still... If they attack us and they don't have anything... if they attack us and leave themselves open, we can potentially draw land, play Liliana, bring back Rankle, and win. So we're going to go ahead and do this now. We would like to draw that Midnight Reaper, and we draw... Oh, how good would that have been, you know, a little bit ago. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and try to play Midnight Reaper again, see if it gets countered, see what happens. Yep, Midnight Reaper going to get countered. They're going to draw some cards, deal some damage. Very powerful. We are going to play Bojuka Bog, exile their graveyard. That could be relevant. They could definitely have Torrential Gearhulk, or they probably definitely have a Mizzix Mastery. So that's definitely like an interesting thing for us to have done. But again, we've just like the last couple of turns, we are in. They need to have whiffed. They need to have 3 lands in hand. 3 lands in hand, and we win this game. But they also have things that they can sack to draw cards too. We're at 9. We're gonna go ahead and draw another card. If we had only had a creature land, all right, Liliana. That's interesting. We can't play Rankle with it, right? But how much land do we have? So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 5. We would have 5. If Liliana resolves, we can play Gary, and that might win the game. It's an interesting decision. Is Gary in our graveyard? Or is that, am I thinking of another game? I'm thinking of another game. Gary is not in our graveyard. So no, we have to play, has to be this Liliana, has to resolve, has to be Rankle. Looks like it's not going to resolve. So, oh, censored for 1. Yep, we lost the game. Wow. I wonder, that's one of those things where it's like, I wish we had seen, like, if they only had censor, if we were just 1 mana away from winning, just so many ways that game could have gone just a little bit differently, and we could have won. But, you know, oh well, that's a censor. Censor, very, you know, censor and Jawari Disruption. Sometimes they get you. That's why you play them. But, wow. All right, that was a fun game. That was a fun outing for our deck, which I thought looked really fun and good. Like, we're definitely going to revisit this. We'll play this some more. Liliana, Untouched by Death, Historic Brawl, Zombies. And particularly, you know, just it's one of these archetypes that zombies just is always getting new stuff printed for it. It's, you know, very rare for a set to come along to get printed that doesn't have a zombie in it. So we're always seeing new zombie cards. There's lots of old zombie cards that aren't currently on Arena that maybe they'll put on Arena at some point, and that would just help us even more. But yep, here we've got Liliana, Death's Majesty. She did good work. She did good job. We did have one game where we were going to win by -7ing, and the opponent scooped before we got to do it. But yeah, that was a really good job. We saw just about... We never drew Cryptbreaker. Cryptbreaker would have been great in several games. Several games we had like some mini zombies out that we would love to be tapping. Loth was fine. Gary was very good. Definitely want to keep Gary. Eldest Reborn was strong. Shieldred, Massacre Worm, Liliana. Haunting Voyage. Haunting Voyage, maybe. We saw us mill it multiple times. I'm not sure if it's probably one of the cards on the shop, but it's such a fun card. This is a fun of, you know, we were like, we're going to play this, you know, maybe we get to return all of our zombies to the battlefield. Maybe it's not strong enough yet, as we do have some things like Phyrexian Horrors that aren't quite zombies, but so maybe that one is too win more. Maybe that one's too big effect. Maybe that's something we're not really looking for right now. We saw the Death Baron do good. We saw some of these Reanimator spells do well. I wonder if there's some other Reanimator spell. And we also saw Bastion in our opponent's decks, the Bastion of Remembrance. We might be interested in that. We might be interested in Bastion of Remembrance. I wonder if there's anything else that we're interested in. If there's any other sort of like sacks this to draw a card. But here's where we're at, and it was really fun. As I've said in the video, if you're interested in this, if you want a closer look, or if you want to import it to Arena yourself to be able to play it without having to type in 100 names, there in the description to this video, there is the link to my mtggoldfish page, and you can see all of this there, and you know, be able to import it to Arena without having any issues. But that's going to do it for me. My name's Elsewhere. I'm here every single day on YouTube. I post a new video every day, play a lot of Historic Brawl, play a lot of Historic Best of 3. We play fun, silly decks, trying to find the fun in Magic. And if you have any suggestions of what you would like to see me play, or if you want to tell me what I'm doing well, what I could be doing better, or if you have a list that you would like to see me play, If you were to comment on this video with that, that would be great. That would be super. I'm a little baby YouTuber, about 3.5 months or 3.5 weeks, 1 month into my YouTube journey. So every like, comment, and subscription helps immensely with the algorithm. So that would help me greatly if you were to like, comment, and subscribe. But that's going to do it for me. I hope you're doing great wherever you are out there in space and time. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you enjoyed watching some Liliana, Death's Majesty, and Historic Brawl. And I hope it was fun. And I will see you next time. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.